Hello friends, let's finally start with the main sums. This is question number 47, Mr. Gupta sum, page number 4.135. So now finally I can make you all explain what I used to talk about gross profit and all. See here, a P&L account is provided to you all, and the net profit is also given, that is 11,50,000. But all these expenses, whether these expenses will be allowed as deduction or not, that we have to determine. Since we have already got the net profit, this 11,50,000, we have to, if any expenses which are disallowed, we have to add back in the net profit, and if any income which is disallowed as income, we have to subtract it. So if you remember this chart what I have taught you all, let me remove it for you all. This let me little bit zoom out. I taught you all this, the net profit as per P&L account, add disallowed business expenses. Don't write this now. Take a fair page, except writing this inside matter, write all this up to book profit. Please do this much. Net profit as per P&L account, add disallowed business expenses less disallowed business income. Please don't write this part. Add unrecorded business income less unrecorded business expenses, and please write DBE, DBI, unrecorded business income, UBI, UBE, and finally the book profit. Okay. Please pause the video and write it down. I hope you all have done it. So now let's finally start. See, we have GP. From GP, either we can do one thing, is that whichever expenses is allowed as deduction, we can subtract it from here and we'll get the net profit for the purpose of putting it in the income statement. Or we can do this, we can take this net profit and add disallowed business expenses less disallowed business income, add unrecorded business income less unrecorded business expenses, so that we can get the net profit. So now let's read the question first and let's see what they have asked us to do. Finally, I'm feeling good that you will understand the entire chapter now. Mr. Gupta is having a trading business, and his trading and profit and loss account for the financial year 2015 and 16 is as under. Particulars: opening stock, purchases and sales are revenue in nature, so they are allowed. Till GP it is allowed because it is all revenue in nature, and it is allowed. And finally we get GP here. Now salary to the employees including contribution to PPF. If you remember, under section 36 we have studied this, and it is this expenses is allowed. So now I'll show you the reference with sections so that you can understand it properly. See, under section 36 it is allowed. The first expenses is allowed. Donation to Prime Minister Relief Fund, it is not allowed. It is a deduction under section 80G at the rate of 100%. I have given you a acronym for that, please look at it. But this expenses will be right here, disallowed business expenses, because this expenses is not allowed, but we will get deduction under section 80G under chapter 6A. Okay, so this expenses will be added back, DBE. So you can either do like this, DBE in bracket add. Provision for bad debt. Provision for bad debt, it is also there in this, right, section 36. Bad debt related to goods and services, related to money, and it will be allowed as expenses, that is deduction if related to goods and service. If related to money, normal business, it won't be allowed. Money lending business, it will be allowed. So provision for bad debt, it is not only bad debt, it is provision for bad debt. Since there is no section for regarding provision to bad debt, it will be disallowed business expenses and added back. Okay, please write it with me in your practice manual. This will help you all. DBE, bonus to employee. Bonus to employee is allowed on paid basis under section 43B. I have taught you all that. See, bonus and commission under section 36 also, as well as it is there under section 43B also. So it is allowed, so you don't need to add it back or subtract it. Interest on bank loan. Interest on bank loan is also allowed, since I have taught you interest on bank loan under section 36C. We have to assume over here it is taken from that PFI, SFC, SIIC and SB, we have to assume that and write a note for that. Family planning expenditure incurred on employees. Since Mr. Gupta is an individual and not a company, these expenses will be disallowed business expenses. So add it back. You'll get the reference now properly. See, family planning revenue not allowed, capital expenditure. Such expenses will be allowed to only company only. I have not written over here, I guess. Company only. Family planning expenditure, so add it back. See, you have the note 3 also over here, you can read the notes also. And now we will go on depreciation. Depreciation, it is calculated as per the accounting standards, so it will be disallowed business expenses, so add it back. Income tax paid, see, income tax paid, it is also disallowed business expenses since it is in the nature of personal expenses, so it will be added back in the net profit. It is a reverse calculation. Okay, so see, finally disallow, here it is written as expenses not deductible. In place of that, strike it and write disallowed business expenses, because if you do in this manner, in our practice manual there are many ways they have solved. In somewhere they have written expenses not deducted, somewhere they have written disallowed business expenses, somewhere they have written not allowed business expenses and all. So many a time students get confused, so it's better to strike it off and write disallowed business expenses. I have done for my entire practice manual all the sums. I have done this, striking off and writing this. I'll show you all. Just pause the video and do it. I'll show you all. I'll do few sums only with you all. All important sums I will be doing with you all. See, donation to the Prime Minister Relief Fund, so it is disallowed business expenses, added back. Provision for bad debt 50,000, it is added back. Family planning expenses incurred on employees 20,000, it is added back. Depreciation is also added back. Then income tax is also added back. See, 1 lakh. And now let's read the adjustment. Depreciation allowed rupees 40,000 as per income tax. So it is unrecorded business expenses which will get less. Then no deduction of tax at source on payment of interest on loan has been made. So there is no, so it TDS is not paid, so ignore it. If not paid, such statements are that no deduction of tax at source on payment of interest on bank loan has been made. Ignore it. It is not our duty to do it. Out of salary, see, out of salary, what the adjustment say, where the salary is salary to employees. Out of salary, rupees 25,000 pertaining to his contribution to recognized provident fund which was deposited after the due date of filing return of income. Further, employees' contribution of rupees 25,000 was also deposited after the due date of filing return of income. So what does this adjustment says? The employer did not deposited 25,000. So if he has not deposited 25,000, which is on the paid basis, it will be added back. It will become disallowed business expenses. DBE add. So see, DBE is added 25,000 employees contribution to recognized provident fund. And further, what the adjustment says, employer's contribution of rupees 25,000 was also deposited after the due date of filing return. Since he has also received 25,000 from the employee to deposit in the recognized provident fund, and he has not deposited rupees 25,000 that has been received from the employer, will become an income for the employer. So it will become unrecorded business income which will be added back. See, unrecorded business income and added back 25,000. Unrecorded business expenses, depreciation 40,000, and finally we'll get 14,600. Now this was the reverse calculation pattern. Now let's see the normal pattern. Let's take GP. Then you will get convinced it is right. 20 lakh 50,000, which all expenses are allowed? 5 lakhs. 5 out of 5 lakhs salary to the employees. Out of that, 25,000 was pertaining to his contribution. Okay, see, here it is not possible to do that because they have not given bifurcation of this. So from GP we cannot calculate. There are specific sum for that where there is already GP provided to you all, and and which all expenses are allowed and which all income are allowed is also provided. You just need to add it and subtract it, not more than that. Here it is not there, so we can't do it. But the entire sum is completed. Here they have told to only calculate the gross total income of Mr. Gupta for the assessment year 2016 and 17 of the PGPP head. So we have to just calculate this. I hope you all have understood this. If you want to copy anything, please pause the video and copy. Please pause the video and copy. Please pause the video and copy. I hope this is quite clear to you all. And please read the notes once, because notes are very helpful. If you read the notes, there is no need